Hi, it's Tammy Pally, aka The Crafty Princess, and I have another bead vlog for you. This one relates to wearing your jewelry. Believe it or not, I have actually had people tell me that they like to make jewelry, but they don't like to wear it. That to me is kind of strange. That's like telling me that you like to cook, but you don't like to eat food. All right? So, why do I have an issue with that? The reason why I have, the number one issue I have with that actually is really having to do with the fact that if you don't wear jewelry, then you really don't have an understanding of how important it is that your jewelry is wearable. And when I think of wearable, I also think about software, for example. If you are creating software, if you're a software engineer, you're working for a company and you're making some, you're working for Google or whatever, they have something called usability testing. And technically speaking, they're supposed to make sure the software is usable. And by doing actual tests, they have users go in who are not trained in the areas or whatever, they're not engineers, but they'll have people who go in and actually use the software or whatever else it is. Software is something that just comes to mind first, but there could be other types of, like a website, for example. If you design a website, that's another good example. You should have a website that's very easy to navigate, intuitive for the user, all right? So there's something called usability testing, and companies are supposed to do usability testing before they roll out a new website or roll out some kind of new software product or whatever. And that really is very similar to jewelry. You should make sure that you have some usability testing going on before you sell your jewelry. If you're just making it for yourself, that's another thing. But again, if you're making it so that you sell your jewelry, you need to know that it wears well, it looks right, it lays right on your neck, that one necklace might work with a certain type of outfit. Maybe, for example, if you have somebody that wants you to make a necklace and that person wears collars all the time, they wear button-down shirts with a collar, something like this necklace wouldn't really work very well because you wouldn't see it. It would be covered up by the shirt. So you would want something probably really long like this or extra short that would come up more like a choker style, right? So these are aspects of wearing jewelry that it's important to have an understanding about. Another example I'll give you is here's a necklace I made recently. I posted the picture on Facebook and Instagram. I'll put it at the end here as well. It's a super long 40-inch bead and chain necklace that I made using crystals. Some of them actually came from one of the bead bargain boxes that I got, but some of them I got from another source. And brass wire. Okay, so I made this big long chain, right? Originally, my thoughts were I was going to make it so you just slipped over your head, that there wasn't going to be a clasp, and that it would be 40 inches long so you can double it and have two 20-inch necklaces as well, which looks really good that way too. However, when I started to actually put it on, I realized even though I could get it over my head and double it and everything, the wire was snagging on my hair. If I had not tested out this design, to me that is a design flaw. Okay, this would have been flawed. If I say I just made it, sold it, never tried it on, never ever wore it around the house even, and this is the first time I've made a necklace specifically like this. I have made longer necklaces, which made me think of making this one. But those were beaded and knotted necklaces, not wire, not all this wire. This took forever, trust me. Each one of those little puppies took me a long time to make so many of them, right? So, so luckily I had the wherewithal to go, okay, there's a design flaw here. I need to fix this flaw. Obviously, I need a clasp because that way it'll make it easier for me to take it on and off and double it when I want to double it. However, I didn't want to have a clasp that was very noticeable because the whole point was I didn't want to have this big, there's a clasp. So what I ended up doing was creating a hook, just a simple wire hook. All right, and I put a bead on the hook itself. I made a little extra loop here and just inserted the bead so the bead doesn't move around, and I have a wrap at the end. So when I put it all together, it's hardly noticeable. In fact, it takes me a while when I take it on and off. I have to search for that hook. But that's what I wanted. I wanted to have this sort of seamless, look from a distance that you would not really be able to see that. But yeah, so because I spent time testing out the design and then stopped for a minute and realized, okay, there's something not right here, it's not working out exactly like I wanted, I was able to easily fix the design issue, and now it's a much more wearable piece. So if I wanted to make this, make more of these, I know that these will work, right? This design has been tested out, corrected. I did wear it afterwards with the clasp on, and I'm happy with it. So yeah, go ahead and wear your jewelry, especially if you are going to sell it. I think it's a must. If you're giving it away, I guess, as gifts, unless you don't care that somebody might have an issue with the jewelry that you make for them as gifts, I still say it's really important that you spend time test driving your jewelry or doing that usability testing, that is so important when it comes to anything that somebody else is going to use or wear. So yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Have you ever heard of anybody saying, oh, I like to make jewelry but I don't like to wear it? And I get this, if you're a guy and you're not going to wear something like this, what are your options? Well, have somebody have a gal wear it for you, or just wear it around the house, I guess, so nobody sees it. This might be a little, or maybe you're okay with wearing, this out in public. I don't know, but if there's some reason why you can't wear your jewelry out and test it, then a solution might be to have a friend do it for you, or somebody, a family member, that kind of thing. But definitely go out there and wear your jewelry before you start handing it out or selling it. Yeah, I think that's super important. So again, let me know your thoughts, and as usual, thank you for watching. Thumbs up's always appreciated, and have a wonderful jewelry day.